So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing. So this is just a post-fight review for the fight which took place last night between Joe Cordina versus Rakhimov. Now this was, Joe Cordina's first fight back since his hand injury, where he got stripped of his IBF belt, and then obviously Rakhimov fought for that belt against Alpha Barrett, and he obviously defeated him. The fight between Rakhimov and obviously Cordina was initially meant to take place, last year, November. Obviously, the injury stopped that from happening. But obviously, the fight managed to happen, and it happened last night. And Joe Cordina is now the two-time IBF world champion. So from the get-go, this was a brilliant fight. A good clash of styles. Obviously, you got a come-forward fighter. With heart, courage, tenacity in Rakhimov, and obviously you got a good, a boxer who's got pure skills, footwork, hand speed, everything. He's got a lot really, and obviously he showed that throughout the fight, especially in the first few rounds as well. He dropped Rakhimov as well with a brilliant hook, in the second round. And he wobbled him multiple, other times throughout that fight as well, which I was quite surprised how it managed to last the distance. But it just goes to show how tough Rakhimov is. But Joe Cordina's boxing skills are brilliant to see, really. The only icing of the cake that would have been is if he could have got Rakhimov out of there, but it just wasn't to be. Now, obviously, seeing where both of these guys are, in the super heavyweight rankings. Obviously, according to the Ring magazines, which was last updated in April. Obviously, you had Rakhimov down as number 4, and obviously Cordina down as number 5. But these rankings will be updated come May. And it's going to be interesting to see where both of these guys go next. Obviously, I still feel that Rakhimov's got a future at that weight, and I still think he's going to be one of the bigger contenders as well, because all the belts, are spread out. You got 4 different world champions in that division. For me, I would like Joe Cordina, if possible, to try and take on some of these other fellow champions and try and capture a couple more belts. Before taking on some bigger names, maybe in the lightweight division, which would be interesting as well to see how he could maybe hold his own. Because he's quite big for the weight as well. So it'd be quite good to see if he's got that bit more in him to maybe take on the better fighters around that weight as well. But yeah, brilliant win for Joe Cordina. He becomes a 2-time world champion. He's got a bright future. Do you know what I mean? And for me, there's plenty of brilliant fights there for him. There's some good British dust-up fights there for him as well, such as obviously someone who was on the bill as well yesterday in Alpha Barrett. That would be a brilliant fight for him to go and have as well. Sorry about that. You've also got Archie Sharp as well. He's got some good skills as well, but I just think that at this moment in time, Cordina is probably just a notch just above someone like an Archie Sharp, but Archie Sharp will be a good contender in the future as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where both of these guys go. Obviously, for me, I would like Joe Cordina to try and just just to show his dominance in that division now, because obviously you had Shakur Stevenson. He had all the belts before he vacated and moved up to lightweight. So I feel that maybe, touch wood if I am right, Cordina could do that as well. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you know what I mean about the fight that happened between Rakhimov and Joe Cordina? Do you think it was the right decision? Split decision for Joe Cordina, because one judge did give the fight to Rakhimov, which I thought was quite bizarre, but it is what it is. I mean, we've seen worse things happen, such as Catterall versus Taylor. But anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts, and as always, please like and subscribe and follow for more box related content. Bless.